Hello, good afternoon everyone. I am Teacher Jambir Amas, you can call me Teacher Jam. So in this afternoon, we'll tackle about the new lessons, which is the lesson 10, differentiated instructions for English learners. So without further ado, let's dive into our lesson. Lesson objectives. At the end of the lessons, you, my fellow students, classmates, you'll be able to first, define differentiated instructions. Second is to identify various differentiated instructional strategies that would be used in your teaching. Third is to employ differentiated instructions in the development of the lesson. Now, one of the difficulties of us teachers, in the modern classroom is the vast variety of learners, As the digital age unite the worlds in its people ever so closer, the classroom now has more differentiated learners with different backgrounds, different ethnicities, abilities, competencies, and many more. As we value teachers the individual differences of our students, the educational landscape become less and less of what one size fits all environment. Teaching in such environment must be able to reflect these kind of very natures of our learners. Naturally, as peoples, even as teachers, and our students have a differences, or naturally differentiated. People learns with a different traits, different capacity to learn, different capacity to adapt. There is fast learners and slow learners or average learners. This bring them with a different backgrounds and knowledge. They learn best in their own different ways. As teachers, if we want our students to be prepared in this type of environment, as teachers, we need or we should always have a differentiated instructions in our classroom and our lessons. In these lessons, in this afternoon, we're looking about how we're going to implement those differentiated instructions effectively in our classroom. So next, according to Carol Ann Tomlinson, he defines differentiated instructions as a means of tailoring. What do you mean with tailoring, sir? It is about teachers. We need to adapt the lessons for our students' capacity. We need to fit our lessons or activity for our students' readiness. We need to recreate, or we need to make our lessons suitable for our learners. It is to meet our students, or our learners' individual needs that provide them opportunity to minimize their learners and whatever it is in the small groups or as a individual learners. Yon. Next is and also as teachers, we need to have a development and promotions of respectful tasks. Now, what do you mean with respectful tasks, sir? A respectful task, it is about developing a task that is level of your students' readiness and preparedness of their lesson, topic, or content. Respectful task, it is about referring to the work or the teacher or in the classroom or classwork that is the activity that is relevant or ka-level of your students and also meaningful for them. Ma-enjoy sila, meaningful for them, and maka-learn sila by their own preferences of learning. So that is respectful task. Respect your students' knowledge, capacities, and differences, to learn. Next is differentiating via content. There are 4 types of differentiating via content. First is the compacting the curriculum. This is where the teachers determine which part of the lessons do the learners have prior knowledge about and highlight those areas for your learners have not yet mastered. So this is about the teacher kanabitang students na sila prior knowledge about that one and they need na lang to master that one. This is compacting curriculum. Like a teachers, for example, ang students is will be able na lang to read, to read to read. So teachers need the teachers i-master to balik-balikon to ni teachers in order for them to master those kinds of skills or those kinds of assessment, no, in reading. O for example, kung naman siya sa kabalo naman nabasa ang students, teachers mo transfer na po to spelling, no, kabalo naman siya mabasa. So that kinds of one is compacting curriculum. This is about highlighting the knowledge of your students that they will not yet mastered, no. Yun. Now next is learning contracts, no. These kinds of agreement or individual agreement between teachers and learners or for their parents, no, where a teacher provides a certain level of freedom while the learners agree to meet the class expectations within a given time. So this is about the contracts, no, learning contracts. From the word contracts, kontrata between students and learners. Magkakasundo sila about the specific task or a specific activity kapalit ng prize na makukuha ng mga students. For example, class, pagkatapos itong activity ha, mag-behave kayo because pagkatapos ito, pwede kayong maglaro sa labas. Yun, ganun. So in that way, your students will be able to excite for your lessons. Ay, maminaw ta it because magdulot ta sa gawas after. So, ganun. So in that way, your students will be able to maminaw sila and meet your expectations in the class, no, within the given time. So, next is third lesson. This third lessons is are taking single lessons, adapting them to the needs of your learners to different skills and capacity level. This third lessons, for example, this is about formal assessment for our students. No? It is about, for example, si teachers na pabuhat siya og essay. No, the first students is gi-assess the teachers how to make spelling right for his essay, no, yun. And gi-assess the students how to spelling right for his essay about the places, the people, the time, yung ganyan yan. And the second students naman is the teachers, no, gi-reinforce na po this ni teachers or gi-assess the student and the teachers ang students how to make a format for the essay, no, ganyan. So ang third students naman gi-assess na po the teachers how to make a sentence, no, that is more professional and more accurate and more advanced from the other students. So ganyan. Those are third lessons, no. This is about assisting your students, no, competency level with the different skills that need it, kumbaga reinforcement for your students, no, in order for your students to learn and to master with a specific area. So the fourth one of our differentiating via content is level text. Now this provides the learners with the content written at the readiness of your learner. So this level text, from the word level text, you need to level the text that is enable for your students to relate and analyze it easily. So to make your instructions more comprehensive, no, and madali siyang maintindihan, no, you need to label the text or you need to use a basic and simple English, you know, in order for your students to be easily to learn, no, ganon. Level text, i-label mo lang yung your instructional materials or your instructional context, no, of your learner's capacity to read and write. Ayun. Now, in order to develop a third lesson activities, the following steps should be followed or to be considered. First is choose the activities based on the learner's essential learning. Second one is think and considers the learning safe readiness level in the terms of skills. Now, of course, the third one is create activities that is interesting and cause the learners to use their key skills and or of the unit. So the fourth one is chart the complexity of the activities. The sixth one is to create the activities to ensure the challenge and success. Now this is about creating the activities, no, that is hindi masyadong mahirap, no, hindi din masyadong madali, in order for your students to master the lessons and in order for your students na hindi din masyado silang mahirapan. and the activities will finish within a given period of time. And that's why we need to ensure our activities that would be ka-level the complexity of the students' readiness, and also that would be creative, no? We need to be creative in our activity, no? And third, lessons in order for them, our students to develop their positive attitudes toward your lessons, and also considered for your students' readiness and your readiness and capacity for your students to learn within your lessons. So, kung mahirap siya, make it simple. Kung mahirap yung lessons, make it basic, no, for your students. With your instructions, no, yung ganyan. And also match your learning tasks to your learners based on their learning styles and readiness. You need to match your tasks for your learners' capacity to learn and their readiness, no? Kaya ba nila to? Don't make your lessons too hard and don't make your lesson too simple. Ganun lang. Next is differentiating via process, no? Via process deals with how teachers teach and process the lessons to the learners. This can be done in the various ways. However, the teachers must be considered the learners in making a decision. No, some strategies in use in differentiating instructions via process include cubing. It is a teaching strategies that help the learners look into the topic from 6 sides, no? Like cubes, di ba yung cubes, meron yung 6 sides, di ba? That enable for your students to understand its complexity, the principles. It is to develop the strong topic by looking into it from the following perspective. So this cubing strategies of teaching, no, it is about isusulat mo yung topic mo sa cube, no. It is i-roll yun ng students, and by that, no, i-describe nila yung word na doon sa cube, or they're trying to relate the word and connect the word with from other words sa cubes, no, ganun nun. In that way, your students will be able to have an idea, to create an idea, to analyze the idea, to understand the idea, or to describe the context from the cube, from letters na nasa cube, no? Yun. So, that would all on my part. So, the other part will be discussed by Ms. Pudikit. So, that would be all. I hope you learned something. Thank you.